You know, I'm looking at the on-set talent today and I'm thinking, how did this ever happen? Larry North, one of my gurus back 30 years ago. I'd listen to him on the radio, watch him on TV. He was a fitness expert. He knew about diet. Hal Spradlin, I met you when you were, what, 16, 17 years old?
Right about there, yeah, a long time ago.
How did this trio ever get together? Nobody knows it better than Larry.
You know, it's interesting. I heard a phrase one time, there's nothing like a great story that happens to be the truth. I've known this man since he's 6. I've known you since I was in my mid to late 20s, and who would have ever thought that 30 some odd years later we'd be having this conversation? And I have to say, Hal's not just a family friend, he's a brother. I mean, this man actually took turns when my dad was dying in 1993 of cancer. He was part of the hospice team that helped my dad. And so, and he and my brother have been so close that he now works with my brother at KetoMed. So it's really a really beautiful, and even not only that, and you are a testimonial for the company that you work for.
Right.
Yeah, it's such a good union. I'm so glad to be back with you guys. And you mentioned Alan. Alan, Larry's brother, 10 years younger, your best friend.
Right, 6
since
years
he was
old.
6 years old. Walks into my office at the studio here one day and throws a bar and a packet of stuff on my table. And I thought, well, that's uncharacteristic of him. And he says, look at this. I'm so angry. And I said, what's wrong, Alan? Read the label. This says keto on it. And he became fanatical that health products weren't necessarily health products out there. And he said, it's got corn, it's got sugar, And I said, there are 2 ways to go in life. One is to change it, and the other is to accept it and holler at it. And don't hold that in. Go change it. Nobody thought, Larry, nobody thought, Hal, that anybody could pull this off.
Well, he's doing both. He's accepting and he's yelling because, let me tell you, I get a call from him pretty regularly about what I would call the fitness fad fraud that makes both of us want to pull our hair out of our head, of the deceptive marketing that goes on, and even the fake science that alleged experts and scientists are telling people when it's false. And so Alan is not only doing something about it, but he also is passionate of being somewhat of a consumer advocate too, I would say.
I would say, and I think the guy is brilliant. He's not here today because he's traveling, but Hal was going to sit in for him. Hal, when this first came to your attention some time ago, what was your thought? Because I remember talking with Larry and we said, it can't be done.
Well, it's basically, I'm probably on the market about 6 years, but the actual concept, the idea, and you know this too, and like you said, when Alan came in, threw the bars down and said, what is this? It's not keto. And then came to you and said, Alan, it can't be done, which is something you don't say to Alan. But he got it all done. We went to three manufacturers before we could finally get the right formula, the right ingredients, the right everything to get it just right for the kids.
100 different formulas before they got it right. And it was
Over
expensive.
100.
He had to pay for almost every one because you can't, the manufacturers aren't going to keep trying
Larry,
to get it right.
you just funded a $100 million nutrition company. When he was going through this, did you see this as doable? I mean, you knew nutrition.
Yeah, our firm just bought a manufacturing company that specializes in powders, and they're wonderful. But the CEO told me he probably couldn't do that product because of its complexity. But also, too, I hope it's okay to full disclosure. I mean, you've had a heart transplant,
Absolutely,
too.
yeah.
So your nutrition is even more vital to your existence. And also, too, you probably more than anyone have talked to the actual users and repeated users of this product.
What are they saying?
Well, I had a heart transplant over a decade ago, and at that time I was with the other original supplements company that Alan had, and that helped me through that. But this is far and away better for weight loss, anything you want to do for it, blood sugar, metabolism. It's just what we wanted to do is market it as a nutraceutical food.
Yep.
So we got it down to this formula and this idea, and we got it out to the consumer, and it's just helping millions of people. One lady, she lost so much weight, she's able to get upstairs now at her house. It's just
Which is a
incredible.
big deal. But you've lost weight. What was your starting weight before you started using the product, and what's your weight now?
I was at 220 about over a year ago, and now I'm down to 180.
That's great.
Do you mind
pounds.
if I show in the next segment?
Be my guest. Yes.
You gave me some pictures. I asked my producer if he would, put them into TV-able pictures. And so when we get back from this short break, I want to show you the previous Hal, and then I want Larry and Hal to talk with you about what this is, but more importantly, what it isn't. Don't go away. You know, one of the things I was telling you, Hal and Larry, one of the things that Alan didn't like was the ingredients, the negative ingredients, he called them in these products. Doug, this is not, you know, this isn't keto. Keto is this. And then, Doug, you have to open a bar. You have to open this bag. You pour it in. You know, there's 20 things you had to do to get the amount. It's easier now, Hal.
It's much easier, very easy, Doug. And let me just show you how to do it. All you do is take a scoop inside.
Yep.
There you go. Put it in the water. 6 to 8 ounces is fine. You can have a little shaker here.
And I use a shaker. I don't even use a mixer.
You do shake it up?
30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. It just dilutes real easily and turns into a beverage. No blender. You don't need a blender.
Yeah.
And
Remember the
that,
early prototypes, Larry, where it wouldn't blend? You know, they
yeah,
had problems.
it'd be chalky, it'd have aftertaste, and it did taste good. This is actually dessert-like.
It tastes so good.
Yeah,
I'm
it
watching him
tastes
drink it.
dessert.
I'm jealous.
Well, and that's the thing. So take, for example, it is a 75% fat product, but it's a different kind of fat. These are high-quality MCT oils, which the body doesn't convert to fat like it would maybe, let's say, an average or normal fat, and it's a big difference. So, and what it does, not only does it taste good, but it also is I think it's like an appetite suppressant because it's so filling.
It's very satiating. It makes you feel full. You don't want anything to eat afterwards. Actually, for a long time afterwards, you don't want anything to eat because it does satisfy you.
And you have hundreds, if not now, thousands of people that reorder every month. Some, by the way, for a cup of Joe. Put a half a scoop in your Joe. Do you need cream anymore? And you're getting real keto.
It's a superb creamer. That was an accident, by the way. I think it started around here in your studios when you were out of creamer one day.
What a great accident. This works so much better, and you're getting real healthy nutrition. Some people, though, intermittent fasting is now the big thing. Boy, I lean on this for intermittent
Very
fasting.
much so.
Because some people, their blood sugar will decline or steadily rise. Get some food in your body. Maybe skip lunch. You'll probably go on to skip dinner when you see your clothes not fitting like they used to and so forth.
Doug, I know you're the host, but can I ask you a simple question?
Yeah.
You have maybe over 1 million people that have done your eating program. Does this fit into your eating program?
Larry, that was one of the things, as these guys began developing this, it had to fit in the Kaufman lifestyle.
Right.
So you've got coconut, lauric acid, caprylic acid. You've got the protein, the good oils in here. I was blown away when he put it together. My concern was, if you remember, this had to be a $300, $350, you know, it was so expensive to make. Right. But they took care of that, and I was so proud of him and you. I know you were a big part of that too.
Well, I was there, like I said, I was there during the research and development, all the years it took, and to find the ingredients and to find the right manufacturer and to find everything and to put it all together to get this product to market was nothing less than a miracle.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of simplicity. And Doug, we're both older. I'm comfortable saying that. I didn't think about inflammation when I was in my 30s and 40s. I think about it all the time now in my 60s, and this is the perfect complement to someone who's trying to get rid of inflammation or not add to inflammation through a poor diet and not wanting to take anti-inflammatories or Advils and things of that nature for forever.
Larry, I'll tell you where I saw this going back then, and I'd like to see it go here now. Folks, if you have a very serious condition, very serious illness, I would take the flyer, you know, very simple phone number, call, get a flyer, print it online of KetoMed to your doctor. If I had a serious condition, I would fast on KetoMed with your doctor's permission for an extended period of time, maybe a couple of weeks, then go back and get the markers redone, the blood work redone. That's where I always saw, Hal, that's where I saw this go. I saw this more in hospitals, cancer centers, and so forth.
That was its intention.
Yeah.
And it still is its intention, but it's much more of a mainstream product now because you can't, you know the number one word that's downloaded off Google or search engines? It's keto.
Oh,
so it's a mainstream product that was designed for exactly what you suggested.
And what's funny about that, Larry, is when Alan first started researching this and looking for everything and doing it all, trying to get it all together, that was not on the radar at all.
No, not at all. It's not at all. That's a great point. I'm glad you said that.
The real ketogenic diet, folks. KetoMed. It's so simple. Go right now, KetoMed.com, and get the information. Talk to your doctor about this if you want to go full-time on it, or intermittent fast, maybe lunch. Thank you guys both. It's so good to have the trio back together.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. We've got really important information to cover in the next few minutes, so I wanted to show you quickly the photos of Hal before. And looking at him here on the set, I don't see this guy, but I knew him. The photo on the left, that's when I first really sat down and had good conversations with him. And here are several photos of him at his old weight. Lifestyle changes, folks. It's what Hal and Larry are talking about today. Change and watch what happens. This isn't just about weight gain. This is about becoming healthy.